I'm going to be making my first ASMR video. If you are not familiar with ASMR, it stands for Autonomic Sensory Meridian Response. Basically, with ASMR videos, the creators use different sounds and sights to try and trigger a tingling feeling around here in your scalp, and sometimes it even goes down your spine, depending on how strong the response is. And this is achieved by using different senses. I am going to be relying largely on sound, using tapping and scratching and different textured sounds, including wood and glass. So for this first ASMR video, since I am new to this, I am going to be doing a show and tell video where I am going to show off souvenirs that I have collected as I have traveled around the world with the military. I am going to link this onto my blog, and I'll also put a link to my blog down in the section below for anybody who's interested in reading more about the military. So let's get started. The first item that I have to show you is this baseball cap. It has the letters U, S, A, F, underneath that it has the logo in very faint add-ons of the United States Air Force. If you get close enough, you can see that it says Air Force on it. This is one of my favorite hats to wear. I haven't been able to wear it because it's been snowing, so I've been wearing more winter hats. This hat my mother got me from Landstuhl, Germany, when we lived there. And it's really great for me to have because I am very proud of my military experience. I'm very proud to be an Air Force brat. So, next item that I am going to show you. Each of these items I'm going to tell you where they're from and any other information that can go along that is either trivia or stories that go behind them. So here is the next item that I'm going to show you. This little guy, he was from the Olympics in London. Has a little tag on it. And he was one of the two logos. And on his arms he has the Olympic rings. And you can stick him to a window or hang him from any kind of glass. It's just a little creature. I always liked the way that he looked. On to the next item I'm going to show you. So the next item that I'm going to show you is actually from here where I'm living right now. This is a little shot glass. I actually collect shot glasses. It's from Cave of the Winds. down in Colorado Springs by Fort Carson. In it, I have a little key that just says love on it. And my mom gave me this key as part of a necklace, but the chain broke, so for now I just keep it in my little shot glass. I think what I like the most about this design is that it really shows the stalactites and stalagmites. And it goes almost all the way around. And it says the actual tour that I went on, which was the Discovery Tour. So I really like this shot glass. It's one of my favorites that I have. Okay, on to another item. Next thing I'm going to show you is this journal. This journal is from Turkey. It has handmade carpet on it. So you can really feel the threads, which is a really nice feeling. I like the feeling of the rugs. And it's, so you can see it's hand bound in leather. It's purple leather, stained by the person who made it. It has a little latch on it, which is nice. Keeps things in there. When you open it up, I have some papers in here. Let's see, what do we have? This is a design that I did of a TIE fighter and an X-Wing going around the Death Star. It was meant to be a tattoo design for my mom and I to get. We just haven't gotten around to it. But I still really like the design, so I'm glad I kept it. And have a little post-it note. I'm not sure whose email it is, so I'm going to cover it up. But it has some German writing on the top and the bottom. It's a nice little thing from Germany from when I lived there. These are kind of just scratch pieces of paper. And then this is a nice part about this journal. It has very rough pages on the edge. It's a nice texture. And since I write, on the inside it has a bunch of stories, start ideas. Let's see. Yeah, these are just ideas of stories that I've come up with. Sorry about that slight interruption. Oh, I'm back. Oh, back to the journal that I have from Turkey. I have a post-it note here. I love the quote that's on it. It says, "In each of us, two natures are at war, the good and the evil. All our lives, the fight goes on between them, and one of them must conquer. But in our own hands lies the power to choose what we want most to be we are. And that's by Robert Louis Stevenson. I've always loved that quote. Let's see what else is in here. More Star Wars drawings. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. On here it just has song lyrics that I wrote as I was traveling. And that's really all that's in here to my knowledge. Little journal entries from my travels. So here we go on to the next item that I'm going to show you all. I'm going to save the best ones for last. This is a fold-up chessboard. It has wood carvings ingrained on this. All this was hand painted and lacquered. My mom got this at a German Christmas market. They call them Christkindl markets. We used to go to them all the time. And Christkindl markets really usually have handmade items and crafts. And inside of this wooden box are little chess pieces. They have felt on the bottom. They're all hand carved. I really like the ornate designs of them. To think about the fact that somebody hand carved these is pretty amazing. I've always been a huge fan of chess, so look at this. It's incredible. It's one thing that I miss a lot about Germany is the Christkindl markets. It was really nice to be able to go and get Christmas presents there, because you knew that most of what was there was all made by somebody and that you were supporting a person. I think this is really cool. It has the little indents where it was carved. Next item that I'm going to show you is from Venice. in Italy. We went, when we were living in Germany, we went and participated in Carnival. And Carnival is similar to German Fasching, or it's not quite like Mardi Gras, but it is meant to celebrate the same thing. But as you can see it on the mask, it has a woman in a dress and a man dressed up as a jester in front of the lovely architecture that they have with the sky and all of the colors. And it says Venetia, which is how they say Venice. It has this nice gold trim on the outside. And the biggest difference between Fasching and Mardi Gras and Carnival is that Carnival is very elegant, and you dress up when you're there in almost masquerade clothes or costumes that are very ornate and have fancy designs. And this is a stamp saying that this is originally from Venice. And here's a wax seal on it with the little Italian flags underneath. And with this mask, you would hold it up like this. I loved Carnival. It was one of my favorite things to get to celebrate. Gave you an excuse to dress to the nines, as they would say. The next item that I'm going to show you in this show and tell, this is not one of the nicest or most original things that I got while I was in Greece. However, I thought that this would have a nice sound to it. So you see it says Hard Rock Hurricane in Athens. Greece was one of the places that I absolutely wanted to travel to when I found out we were going to be stationed in Europe. And we started out in Athens, seeing the city, and then we took a cruise to all of the islands in the area. Then we came back to Athens. And we've always traveled to the Hard Rock Cafe. In different places we've gone. So when we found there was one in Athens, we decided that we were going to go there. And this is where I got to see David Bowie's guitar. It was one of the most exciting things for me because I've always loved 80s rock, and particularly David Bowie. The next item I got while I was in Japan. Not sure if you're familiar with these games. They're a little wooden children's game where each of the sides of this has an indent, and then one side of the ball has an indent which matches up here. And the object of the game is to be able to catch the ball on any of these different sides. So, go something like this. I haven't done this in a long time. Oh, I got close there. Yeah. We used to play these games with the Japanese children that we were working with at a place called Mike's English School. We taught them about American culture and taught them English and taught them songs and games. And since I was young at the time, many of the Japanese children taught us about Japanese culture. This was a game that they loved to play. I still have this from when I was 7 years old. It's a little one they gave me. The next item is a coin. It's from Mardi Gras in New Orleans. My fiance took me there when I came to visit him in Mobile. Well, at that point in time, he was still my boyfriend, but he's my fiance now. And they were throwing these off the floats at the parade at Mardi Gras. It has a little Hermes on it. And it says Hermes, Queen of Olympus, Carnival, New Orleans. And I saved this one for last. It's a little box that I keep on my shelf. It's from another one of those Kris Kringle markets. It's carved and painted on the inside of these boxes. Some of the most prized possessions. They're my commander's coins. This one says outstanding volunteer. I got this one for volunteering in Ramstein, Germany, as a part of a children's theater. The commander came over and gave each of the members of the cast who had spent their time working on the plays for the children, gave them one of these coins. Then the next one is not a commander's coin, but it's a call coin. It's for the radiology department. They do a thing called Rad Week, where they focus on all of the radiology techs. And so this was it says National Rad Week, or Rad Tech Week 2011. And this is One Goal, One Passion. And this was from Launchtool, when my mom worked there. The next one is one that was sent to me by a family member. Quite a while ago. It's from Inserlic. Has the gold letters and the Turkish flag, which I think is really cool. And then here's my last commander's coin, which this one actually says presented by the commander. And this was from Ramstein. And it was because it's part of a performing choir that went and sang for a promotion ceremony where members were putting their stripes on, or putting their bars on. Don't know why I said stripes. And at the end, the commander presented us with these coins. And these are some of my most prized possessions. So that's the end of this ASMR show and tell video. I hope you enjoyed it, and even if it didn't cause the tingles, I hope you liked getting to see all of my souvenirs from the places that the military has taken me. And for any of you military members or military brats watching this video, love you guys. You're my family.